Let's go.
Wow. What just happened?
Okay, so in all honesty, that was completely my fault.
What happened? I need to know what just happened.
I went to make sure my phone wouldn't fall asleep.
Right.
And then when I put the phone back down,
You fell asleep?
like because like there's 2 rows of like stuff I can touch, and I literally just touched like basically just like doing this, but I just touched the button early. Man,
I'm just going to say, okay. I have no clue what you're talking about.
Hello, world, and welcome to Bunker TV. My name is Skip, the faux show bonder, and I'm down here on the end of the table this episode. But in the middle is my main man, Jamie Hacker.
Hello, everybody out there.
And on the other end of the table, running the switches, Channing Glidewell.
So I think the title of this episode has already proven itself true. We are The.Bunker.RAW right now.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. People, I don't know if anybody knows what in the world to expect. We know that the donkey is watching right now, ladies and gentlemen. Watching from home. I see him on here, is watching you. We have a couple other viewers that I can't see who it is, but if you guys would sound off for me, if you would, and give us a little wave, maybe give us a comment or something to let us know who is watching right now this episode of Bunker.RAW. So how in the world did we even get to this place doing another episode 2 in the same week? Well, my good friend, Jamie Hacker, is visiting from Alabama. And he has said time and time again, I want to come into the bunker. And so I said, well, we're going to make it happen. Just get here on a Tuesday. And he said, I'm not going to be there on a Tuesday. And I said, that's okay. For you, we will do the special edition.
Well, I'm here.
And here you are.
And here's the special edition.
So do we, because this is raw, I mean, I think we still go through everything, don't we?
Yeah, I think we do.
You think so?
I don't know. Maybe we skip it.
You just want to skip it?
Skip it.
Let's boost it. Because this may be a good episode people want to boost. So let's tell them how we boost this program. Okay. So we boost this program by selling Hope Dealer shirts. And if you actually will purchase a Hope Dealer shirt, then we will take $10 of every $15 sale and we will boost this program. When we boost the program, exponentially the number of viewers goes up. Where a regular episode might have 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, maybe 1,000 views, a boosted broadcast will get 3,500, 4,500. Mm-hmm. So the 2 ways that we expand our reach, hey, what's up, Linda? How are we doing tonight? What up? Is number 1, by boosting this program, but number 2, by you sharing this video. There are 9 people watching right now. If each 9 of you would share this video, instead of buying a Hope Dealer shirt, we could still make the reach that we need. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
But I think you really just want a Hope Dealer shirt. I mean, honestly, like anywhere I wear that shirt, it starts conversations. They're awesome.
Well, like I said earlier in the week, I walk into the gas station. This lady's like, "Hey, Hope Dealer," you know, like she saw me coming. So it's good. You never know what that shirt dialogue is going to be created because of that awesome tee. So here's the interesting thing. I didn't bring a topic. Channing, do you have a topic?
No.
Do you have a topic?
No.
I thought when y'all were driving around in circles bringing me here, y'all told me I had to come up with something. And I really have no clue where we are, even though we went in circles. And they didn't even blindfold me. I still don't know where I'm at. But so would I really have to come up with a topic here or what?
Wow. So here's the deal. Let me go back because people don't know how to get a Hope Dealer shirt. I totally spaced.
Okay.
If you want a Hope Dealer shirt, the easiest way to do it is to actually just type in the comment section, Hope Dealer, hashtag Hope Dealer, and we will get you that Hope Dealer tee, and we will reach out to you privately, find out what size you need, get your address, mail it to you if we need to, or we will hook up with you locally here in Bay County and get it distributed to you face to face. I would say hand to hand, but we'll chunk it from at least 6 feet away. Is that okay to say?
That's fine.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
You got like a t-shirt cannon to shoot it at somebody or what?
We do have t-shirt cannons, but there's no sense to maybe add injury to insult, I guess. Okay. You know, it's not. Isn't that how that thing goes?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
No, it goes the other way.
I think it was perfect for your application, though.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Okay, awesome. So, I don't have a topic. Channing doesn't have a topic. So it's all you, Jamie.
So I win rock, paper, scissors without even playing? Is that what it is?
No, let's do it. Oh
my goodness.
Let's do it just to see what would happen. So Channing and you and I will go first.
Okay.
And then we'll play Jamie to see who would actually go to see if this works out anyway. Huh? This is definitely raw.
And just for everybody watching, we do have the art department in hanging out with us. So we have Miss Fosho with us tonight.
Topic versus illustration first.
Oh.
If you were to have an illustration.
If we were to
Okay.
have
All right, here we go. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Boom!
Oh, so I won.
You won.
So then I would be playing Jamie because this could be a bad role reversal if I have to just go off the dome. But I can go off the dome if I have to. Okay. So if you win, then you get to do your topic. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
What? 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Wait. You gotta
I'm
go.
not very good at this, am I?
It's
okay.
wrong.
Ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. Oh! I went scissors twice. I'm not going off the dome tonight.
He's
All
like,
right.
it's like I'm playing scissors the rest of the time I ever play.
So I guess I get to talk for a minute then, right?
You get to absolutely talk for a minute.
All right, so I want to kind of share with everybody kind of how I met this person right here and how he's come into my life. Y'all, I'm driving down one of the busiest roads in Birmingham, Alabama. I'm driving, minding my own business, and all of a sudden I hear, hey you! And I'm like, where's that coming from? And all of a sudden I'm looking around, I'm in my van, I'm sitting here going, where is this coming from? And I look over here to my right, and I'm on top of a bus. There's this guy with a beard and bald headed, and he is yelling at me, hey, come back! And I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
You were in your
well,
your
I'm getting there.
truck.
I'm getting there. So, and I'm like, man, what in the world? So I went down to where I had to go and get my business done. And I come back and I'm like, let me go see what these guys are doing over here. Well, they were over there trying to get diapers or something. I don't know. They were trying to like diaper the nation or something.
We were trying.
So I pull over there and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And somehow they knew who I was and everything. It could be the fact that my van has animal pictures and everything all over it because I'll travel with animals all the time.
He's a crazy cat guy.
So from that point, this ended up being a good friend of mine, and we talk all the time. And it's just been one of those relationships. So what I'm trying to tell everybody about, you never know where things are going to come from. Maybe some person up on top of a bus. But you know what? Always try to listen. So most people probably try not to listen sometime when somebody's yelling at them going down the road.
Well, the crazy thing was we had just talked about you earlier in the day because the lady who was over the event that we were doing, we were Stuff the Bus Diaper Drive in Birmingham. And the lady had talked about how she had met this awesome guy and that she had reached out to you and you hadn't returned her phone call. And then literally within an hour, you came driving by and I had a microphone and a loudspeaker. And so I was like, and so you drove by and I said to Lindsay, Lindsay, you're never going to believe this. The guy just drove by. And she was like, what guy? I was like, the guy that you've been trying to get in touch with just drove by and I just heckled him through his van window. And then you showed up a few hours later. It was great.
Yep. And since then, and we've been buddies ever since, which has been pretty amazing. Just how things happen. Because things just don't fall in place. There's no such thing as an accident. Mm-hmm. So, and I have to say, from that day, I mean, it's just been a good relationship we've had. Now, so most people want to know, why in the world do I have animals on my van? Why? Because everywhere I go, I travel with animals. Okay, that's just what I do. I take animals with me everywhere I go. Okay, and when I say everywhere, I mean everywhere. Okay, now, how about that? You like those? Here, hold that for me. Okay, so we always here. Let's just get it. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna set that down there.
Will one eat the other one?
No, we're not gonna find out. How about that?
Okay. I mean, if you got them close enough, would one try to eat the
I'm
other
not
one?
gonna take a chance at anybody harming each other. Okay.
Okay. Cool. I'm just asking.
Now, of course, I know everybody most people don't like snakes, and people don't like spiders. That's just a normal thing, right? Because these are basically the number one fear that people have: snakes and spiders. Well, I have lots of snakes, and I have a few spiders too. Okay. Now, so let's talk about kind of what I do. Me and my family, we were trying to decide, hey, we're going to do this animal thing because God's kind of told us to, and it all started really with somebody asking me to do a devotion for Upward Soccer. We showed up to do the devotion, really didn't have a plan. So I grabbed the Bible, grabbed a couple animals. We had about 6 animals at the house. And from there, guess what? 6 day creatures was born.
Do you know this story could have ended totally different? You live in Alabama and you took snakes to church.
I sure did.
So, just based on those two variables alone, this could have ended totally different
Could
for
have turned
you.
into a potluck.
Yeah,
But you
it
know
could
what?
have.
and I have people at churches all the time say, hey, you can't bring, the serpent into the church. You can't do all this. But you know what? No matter what it is, God created every one of these creatures. Yeah, some of them are creepy. Most people don't want to touch them. But God created every single thing for a purpose. And that's what I love to do. I love to go out and make sure people have a chance to interact with these things if they want to. Now, what I call our little venture is 6-day creatures. And again, people look at it with 6-day creatures, okay? And they go, well, that's a weird thing where you bring animals around. So, 6-day creatures. So, what happened on the 6th day of creation?
He didn't make fish.
He did not make fish.
Or birds.
Or birds.
Or birds.
He's right.
You don't like fish or birds.
Yep. So on the 6th day of creation, that is when God created all the animals that are the land creatures, ones that creep on the earth, slither on the earth, walk on the earth. And that's kind of what I do and what I love to do. That's my passion, is to take animals around and let people experience them and go through how amazing God is with some of the creatures he created. I brought just a couple here. Yeah, I have a lot of furry little animals too, but they didn't really want to come down here to the beach. It was a little warm for them today. So we just kind of brought some of these. Okay, so this right here, this is Cheeto. You want Cheeto?
I do want Cheeto.
Cheeto's just a little corn snake.
Come on, Cheeto. Come see me. Just
All right.
a little corn snake.
And that is Quesalupa. That's Quesalupa. And Quesalupa is a Chaco golden knee tarantula. Now, Quesalupa, you want me to explain why it's Quesalupa? I have a couple of tarantulas, and what we do is we name them by driving through Taco Bell drive-thru. So right now I have Quesalupa and Tacos, the two that I have. Okay, so now you got to see some web coming out here. All right, that was a busy one. So, but these little guys here are found in South America. But you know what?
Or in Texas.
Well, those are actually Texas browns. You're not going to find this particular one.
Well, we're going to Texas, and my buddy Eric finds them in his yard all the time.
There's Texas browns in that area, all throughout Texas. Hey, there's also horny toads. Oh, they're coolest little animals you can catch up in there.
Can I bring you any of the animals we find in Texas? Is that legal?
No, well, we don't want to do that because the best thing to do is wild animals. Leave them in the wild. Okay?
Oh, leave them alone.
Yeah, there's plenty of animals that I have that have been bred in captivity. Leave the wild animals out there. Okay.
Is your spider shedding?
What do you mean?
Is that shedding
Yeah,
on
he's
the?
doing web.
It's web.
Where's a web?
Come on, Skip.
So Skip, you don't know the whole leave no trace thing, the whole leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but pictures,
What
and wait.
in the world? That is so
It's just
awesome.
web. And look, see those little fingers back there?
Oh.
Those little fingers are called spinnerets.
Spinnerets.
Yep. And then they're kind of like little knitting needles. And they just kind of...
Whoa!
Come here,
Man
girl.
down.
She jumped. She intentionally jumped.
Wow.
Wasn't me.
Man down.
Was not me. Yeah, nobody.
She's right here.
Nobody stepped.
Okay.
No, she jumped. I mean, that wasn't she fell or anything else. She jumped like that. Okay.
Wow. She's like in the bunker. She's like, hey, I
Yep.
could just hang out here.
Yep.
Could we have a bunker pet and just leave her here?
Oh, somebody's got to
I'm sure she could find plenty to eat. Have you seen the palmetto bugs that run around this place? Jamie's going to take those back. He's going to start breeding them because
No, I don't think I want to breed those.
the hoss that we have in this place. You
She
should
is-
see this hoss.
She is jumping.
He could
big
probably
time.
carry that spider away. Like let's go to the house.
This little girl's busy tonight.
I got enchiladas.
But this is really kind of my passion is with animals. And what I love so much about it is seeing the looks on kids' face when they have had so much fear of some animal just because they don't understand it. Okay. And that's usually what I find is most of the time these people's fear, it's fear of the unknown. It's not an actual fear.
Nobody is
And-
commenting, by the way, right now. I think everybody's watching, what in the world?
Wha-
These guys have lost their
You
mind.
sit right there, okay? Now, so the reason I was just saying that about the fear of the unknown, because so many people, they don't understand the animals, and that's what most people's fear are. I'll be 100% honest with y'all, okay?
Oh.
See this little snake right here? We've been doing 6-day creatures now 8.5 years. So about 10 years ago,
He's in reverse.
my son decided he wanted a boy pet. So my wife went and got him a snake, a corn snake. She brought it to my house, and I just said, hey, no snakes at my house, not doing that. That's just not something I do, okay? If it doesn't have legs, it's not coming to my house.
Yeah.
Well, I sat down with somebody that has bred snakes for years, and I got a good understanding of how they act, how their temperament, everything about caring for them. Y'all, it's amazing when you actually learn about something. That fear goes away. You know?
So if you learn about faith and you learn about God and you learn about prayer and fasting, and it's no longer a scary thing, that now you understand it, then it becomes something you can exercise more freely. Possibly.
Very true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's with anything. The more you know about it, the more comfortable you're going to be with it. So the fear goes away.
Hey, so the Old Testament is full of types and shadows of Christ. And it's interesting that people who, bash on the serpent, there was actually a time in which the serpent was actually lifted up as a type of Christ. And the people were told to gaze upon the serpent. And as long as they kept their eyes on the serpent, that they would not perish. But if they took their eyes off the serpent, then they would. And that was actually a direct foreshadowing of Jesus who was coming, that as long as we keep our eyes on Christ, we shall not be destroyed.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I do not handle any type of venomous snakes. I don't go to one of those kind of churches where they play with those snakes and stuff. But I do love taking them and letting people experience, the different animals. Skip, you get tangled up over there? I think this little girl found where she likes to live right here. She's just chilling, just waiting for jump out and get my lip or something when I go in here to talk. So, but she's kind of chilling there.
You got quite the tangle going on over there.
I do, and I have a hard enough time with my in-ears as it is, and so having an extra little friend here just to help complicate it has been cool. So no, everything's good. We're good now. We're good. Yeah, and nobody's commenting. I think everybody's totally tripped out. So what else did God create on the sixth day, Jamie?
On the sixth day, that's when God created all the animals that were created that lived on the earth, the creatures that creeped on the earth. Those that walk on the earth, crawl on the earth, wiggle on the earth, and even those that slither on the earth were all created on the sixth day. And that's the reason we call it sixth-day creatures, because the two types of animals that God created on the fifth day are
birds and fish.
Birds and fish. So guess what? We have no birds and we have no fish. That's just kind of been what we've done.
But you have frogs.
We do have frogs.
And we had this discussion the last time I was with you in Birmingham.
You're struggling.
Because frogs actually start out as tadpoles.
They do.
So did God create the tadpole on the fifth day or the frog on the sixth day?
When I get to heaven, I'm going to line up, and that's going to be my first question. Probably not, but...
Well, because the common question is, did God create the chicken or the egg? And of course, as creationists, we would have to believe that God created the chicken that then ensued the process of an egg. So I think by that level of thinking, we would also have to adhere to that God created the frog.
But the tadpole lives. The tadpole's not an egg. The tadpole's swimming around in the pond. I don't
tadpole
know.
starts as an egg.
I know. Then that's right. Then correct. But did he create the tadpole?
Or did he create the egg?
Or did he? No, he didn't create the egg. He created the...
We're getting back to the same direction.
Did God create baby Adam or Adam?
Trust me, we tore this up in the car for a 45-minute drive trying to figure this out, because I think Jamie's son was encouraged that we were kind of giving his dad a little bit of a hard time, because he has these amazing frogs. What kind of frogs are they, Jamie?
Pixie frogs.
Pixie frogs.
You talking about my little boy?
Yeah, your little boy.
Yeah, my little boy that's on about 2.5 pounds, and he's not full grown.
A frog.
Yeah, he'll be about 5 to 6 pounds.
It's a big old frog.
It's a African bullfrog. Also, it's called a pixie frog because its scientific name is Pixocephalus. I can go all kinds of. You can nerd out on computer stuff, dude. Man, you get me started on animals, and I won't be quiet. Okay.
That's awesome.
So tell me about rodents, because I know this is randomness, but you have you possess the type of animal that's the third largest rodent on the planet.
Yeah, the Patagonian cavies.
The Patagonia cavies. Is that the one that wants to eat me every time I go in the room? He seems really friendly.
No. That's a kinkajou.
No, not the kinkajou. The one in the little side room in the back corner that looks. He's real sweet.
The porcupine?
No. The one in the room in the corner that you say, hey, don't let him trick you.
That's the kinkajou. The one that'll grab you and pull you in.
Not the one with the long tongue. It's bigger. It looks like a raccoon.
It's like when you walk in the door.
Oh, that's a quaddy.
A quaddy, that's it.
Yeah,
okay,
quaddy. Coati. Not Cody, but it's quaddy. Or a quadamundi.
Oh, yeah.
That's basically a South American raccoon.
Well, that's what it looks like. And it's funny because you said don't let it trick you. It'll look all friendly. Oh, come over to my cage and see
She'll
me.
get all sweet and you pull in.
And then,
Yeah. But Delilah's she was a sweetheart.
Delilah.
Yeah.
That's her name?
It was her name. Unfortunately, she's not with us anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
talk about your cool big snakes, because you have a big snake, don't you?
I have about a 12-foot albino Burmese python. I've got.
Oh, you just got a new one.
Oh, dude, I've got a new one.
I saw a picture of it.
And
hey, if you want to follow Jamie, you can actually go to Facebook and just search 6 Day Creatures.
Yep, number 6 TH Day Creatures, 6th Day Creatures.
And you can see the picture of his newest snake. It is so cool. It looks like a cross.
It is a reticulated python.
A reticulated python.
Which the Burmese pythons are actually small, coming in at 12 to 20 foot. So the reticulated pythons, the one that I have, the mom I think is right around like 18, 19 foot. And I have an amazing friend over at Peach State's Pythons in Georgia that sent it to me because he knew what we did and he wanted kids to be able to experience it. So that's the thing. During all the craziness in the world, it has been amazing how many people have reached out and helped us, because we normally do schools and all that kind of stuff, and it's really been a God thing. I told my wife, I was like, look, do not put anything out there asking for donations. We got this. We can figure it out. Y'all, I had people volunteering and helping us because we were struggling feeding the animals. I've never added up what it costs to feed all my animals, and I started trying to add that up, and wow, it got a little ridiculous. But thank goodness the job I had just quit, they let me come back, so it was pretty awesome. God took care of us, because God's going to provide for all of us. So, and that leads me right to this. So look here. I know her abdomen's kind of little, but this little ball right there, everybody always have kids go, oh, I want to pet it. Look, you don't pet a tarantula, because look, this thing's not all that tough. Say a little animal wants to come up behind it and eat it. It's not fast, it's not tough, anything like that.
Is it meaty? So would an animal want to eat it?
Well, animals will eat anything.
Okay.
That's just part of it. So all those little hairs right there,
Yeah.
all those little hairs are not there to keep it warm. The hairs are not there to make it look cute. All those little hairs, God gave them the hairs to protect themselves. Now, so you wouldn't be able to protect yourself very much, would you? No. So I don't know. You could beat them with the beard, I guess. But so with the little hairs, nobody's going to think hair's going to protect anybody. But what they do is they take these back legs and rub on those hairs, and those little hairs will float off and go into the eyes of a little animal. Well, guess what? These little hairs kind of itch. So imagine if you get sand or dirt or something in your eyes. You have to stop, clean it out, right? Same thing with these little guys. That's what happens. Little animals get the hairs in their eyes. They have to stop and clean them out. Okay, so that gives these guys a chance to get away. So something as simple as little hairs, God provided for these guys, which is pretty amazing, okay? Because, I've got multiple different types of animals that I use to show people how God provided. My favorite that I wanted to bring, and I tried to bring it, and at the last minute I was like, I can't bring it, is the chinchillas.
Ooh.
Y'all, chinchillas are the softest little animals in the world. But I love to use the chinchillas to be able to explain how creation has to be, it's a God thing. All this Big Bang Theory, all this other stuff. There's no way, because chinchillas are only found one place in the world. And it just so happens it's up on top of the Andes Mountains in South America. They can't get wet and they can't get hot because they can't survive. So there's only one place where they have the perfect temperature for them. There's no rain that comes down and gets them wet. So, God provided exactly for that one little animal. There's no big bang, big boom, anything else that's going to happen to make this little fuzzy animal end up in one place where it has the food and everything else it needs. So it's pretty amazing. To me, just how God created each animal, each one of us, to survive and provide us with everything that we need.
So what's the animal that lives in... There's an animal that lives in Tasmania, Tanzania, someplace that eats cockroaches that are indigenous to that place. And it's the only place you find the cockroaches, and it's the only place you find...
Madagascar?
Is it Madagascar?
Yeah, the Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
The Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
You've been through my house way too many times, okay?
And man, I've gotten the free tour, like, lots.
Hey, what's really fun is y'all...
But tell the story.
When Skip comes to Birmingham, I stick him down there in the basement and let him sleep down there. And there's like a little Cayman alligator, and I'm sure it makes nice noise all night, right? Wrestling in the rocks. And
We hear him a little bit, but...
Yeah. So, the cockroaches, everybody thinks cockroaches, right? Well, with the hissing cockroaches, what's pretty awesome is they are only found on one little island in the world. Some of them get big, 3-4 inches, okay? Now, one of the animals that primarily will eat them just happens to be from that same island of Madagascar. And that would be the chameleons. And it is the panther chameleons. So it's not just a mistake that those little roaches just happen to be on that island. It just so happens, guess what? God provided those animals with the food that they need.
And his scriptures say that those animals don't worry about what they're going to eat. So why is it that we worry about the things that we shouldn't be worried about?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We complicate it. It should be simple if we would follow what God says, but we're really, really good at complicating everything. I know me. I'm really good at complicating things.
SimplifyTheGospel.com. Don't go there. There's nothing there yet. So Donkey says that those little fibrous hairs are like fiberglass.
It is. That is a very good description. I don't use the word fiberglass because most of the time I'm talking to kids, and kids go, "What? Glass?" So I don't use that. But yes, it is very much like fiberglass. Those fibers get on you and they itch. There are actually some that I wouldn't be holding. This one right here, if it were to bite me, there's no toxin, venom, anything like that. If it bites me, it's just going to feel like I got poked in a sticker bush.
Okay.
If there's other types, if they were to bite me, yeah, it wouldn't be so good. Okay, I would never find my way out of the bunker.
Wow.
I just have to be here till the end.
All right. Well, if you have a question for Jamie that maybe he can't answer right now, you can actually text us at 6622-BUNKER. And you don't have to be limited to 153, 158, 156 characters, whatever it is. And we will get your question over to Jamie, and we will get it answered. And, man, thank you for coming and hanging out with us in the bunker.
Well, man, you know I love animals, but most important, I love God and I love people, and I love being able to share my animals. And that's just kind of what I do.
Yeah.
And it's been great being up and just come spend the day with you. Y'all,
Yeah.
He's put me to work today. Can y'all believe this?
I've worked him all day today.
Which is fine with me.
I've worked him all day today, but it's been good fun just catching up, find out how things are, seeing how things are at the hospital, seeing how things are in the animal world, and just man, I appreciate you coming in. And Channing, you got any questions?
That's something.
You just kind of met Jamie today for the first time, so
I've always loved. There's always this guy that came into our church, and he would bring just the massive snakes, and he would always do this kind of presentation for VBS or whatnot, and it's always been an amazing just beauty to see like the complexities of how God created the animals, and then he looked at us and said that you were like made in my image, of how much more emphasis was put on that. But even in the things that God didn't put the most emphasis on, how much detail that he put into is absolutely just shocking. It's amazing.
And one thing I always like to ask is, after I tell everybody, okay, all these animals were created on the sixth day. So what was God's most favoriteest creature he created on the sixth day? I love asking that, and I'll have all the parents in the room. I'll have all the the preachers and stuff. They're all looking at me like, God has a favorite?
The
what
dog,
do you mean?
the cat.
All kinds of stuff. Y'all, we are the creature from the sixth day. Guess
That's
what?
it.
And God put us here for a reason. Y'all.
Yeah.
And I try to tell everybody, God didn't put us here to go hang out at the beach, which is what I plan on doing the next couple of days. It's nice to get away.
Because we worked him too hard.
So, yeah. I gotta have a break.
We worked him real hard.
So, but God put us all here for a reason. And it's not just for me to take care of these animals, because I like to use my animals to talk about God. Okay? So everything that we do should be to glorify Him. Everything we do in life. Now, am I good like that and able to do that? No. But you know what? You got to keep striving every single day to do as much as you can and to be as Christ-like as possible. And hey, I'll tell you, it's a struggle.
Physically a struggle.
Physically a
struggle.
I love an old quote somebody told me, is that you cannot win tomorrow if you don't win today.
That's right.
And just that simple fact of being able to put it in my mind of, you know what, I'm going to try and just the next hour, I'm going to win today so that I can win tomorrow. It makes it attainable.
One step at a time.
Yeah.
That's all we can do.
Awesome. Well, guys, we thank you for tuning in to Bunker Raw. Maybe we'll do this again sometime. This was kind of interesting, maybe a little low-key, less intense. I don't know where he's going. It's all right. So, but as always, guys, you have to know, above all things, above the craziness, above the silliness, above the seriousness of Bunker TV, that God absolutely loves and adores you. And he has a desire for you to show up and represent him in everything that you do, whether it's showing the world animals that were made on the sixth day, whether it was working on the side of the highway with us today, whatever it was. Find an opportunity to share love and share the love of Christ in the name of Christ, because love without Christ isn't real love at all. And we've got to separate just trying to do good deeds and good works, because works without faith is meaningless, and faith without works is dead. And so you guys go affect your little circle, and let that little circle change your big world around you. God loves you guys, and we'll see you real soon.